I think it's pretty obvious. You guys know what this car needs.
What do we need?
Well, yeah, that and some more sound. I'm actually picking this video up right where we left off in the last one with fixing the floor, but it's finally time to upgrade this thing. I just gotta get it in position and clean up this mess.
Fixing the holes in the floor of the car in the last video made a gigantic mess, so I got the garage decently cleaned up, but there's still fiberglass dust everywhere.
Oh yeah, those are gonna look freaking sweet. I don't know, what do you guys think, black or chrome? I'm not sure which one I want to run.
And I'm going to be removing the factory NPP exhaust for the Corsa valved exhaust. What's great is it uses the factory exhaust valve, so I can still make the exhaust quiet on the highway when I want to and super loud and amazing sounding also when I want to. And for reference sake, here's what the car sounded like before.
Now where I messed up is I already had the rear bumper off this thing, not once, but twice. And now it sort of has to come off again for the exhaust, but not entirely. Also, I already had part of this exhaust off because I put an X-pipe on it.
I put this used X-pipe on because I got it for $200, and I figured if I have to replace in the future for a full exhaust, it's not a big deal.
Let's work together.
And to be fair, it sounded really good.
Now that has to come off, so a lot of same old Matt Ross doing the same thing multiple times. But hey, at least I've experience doing these things, so the second and third and fourth time should go a lot faster.
Technically, the rear bumper doesn't have to come off for this exhaust install, but the bottom diffuser does. The problem is I couldn't get it unseated.
I don't know how I'm supposed to get up in there. That's tight. Oh, it's tight. Oh my God. I need someone with smaller arms. Ouch. Okay, so you gotta pop these out to get the bolts that are behind there, but I can't pop these out because they're just so damn tight. So that only means one thing. I gotta pull off the whole f***ing bumper again.
What do they say, like the fifth time is the charm? Something like that? At least I know what tools I need and know exactly what bolts I need to remove to get this job done.
I mean, that wasn't terrible. Honestly, I probably had it off in 15 minutes. Now, wonder what we came for. All right. Now, thankfully, pulling this exhaust off and replacing it is generally pretty easy, but it's not as easy as creating your own website thanks to today's video sponsor, Squarespace. There we go. This website here that I mocked up and I'm still working on, I mean, it took me 7 minutes to make it. It's that easy. You can use it for things like social media or selling products online, whether that be actual products or digital products. I mean, if I can make a website, you guys can certainly make a website. But it's not just about websites. Squarespace does some other things. You can accept payments there. Direct deposit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, ClearPay.
It even has design intelligence, which uses cutting-edge AI technology, which again makes it even easier to make a good-looking website.
Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/MattRoss to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All right, what's next? I think X-pipe out first, then mufflers. Sounds right. Pro tip, don't use a universal joint on an impact when you're not paying attention, because I could have just taken out my face. But thankfully it didn't. And this Allen head is stripping like I freaking knew it would. I just had this off, so in theory you would think it wouldn't be too bad. Damn it. Really tired of this thing being a mess of Ugh. I really want to punch someone in the face right now. You're really not going to come off, are you? What a bitch.
I really don't know why this was so seized on there, maybe just because it was a well-fitting X-pipe. And after a whole bunch of swear words, I was able to get it off without damaging anything.
I don't know if you can hear it by the sound of my breath. That was exhausting. Not even trying to throw a pun at you either. I don't know why I was so stuck with it. It's been on there for like 2 weeks. It was easier the first time.
Tiny little hint, I did buy another project and it's at the top of this page, but I did so using cars4.bid, and I suggest if you guys want to get an auction car, that's the site you use. It's the easiest to use with the best customer service, and I've got a discount link in the description box for you.
Nope. Okay. And here she comes. Honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to get this out because everywhere I saw online, they had it on a 2-post lift because this exhaust has to go like way down. I don't know if I'm gonna have the clearance for that. I don't really want to cut it either. There's only one way to find out. Should I, actually, you know what? Should I split these and make it easier, make it harder? I think they've got to be split. Oh, that makes me happy. I can, in fact, get them out. Whew, we're halfway there. Now I gotta get the exhaust valves off. And gonna need the mounts too. Is anyone else like me? I absolutely hate disassembly of things. It seems like chaos, but I love assembly, and that's what it's time for now.
And since this uses the factory valves, they're going to be plug and play and work just like the factory ones, except it's going to be louder than factory for sure, and sound a lot better.
Now what's cool is I actually got new hardware. I know you guys complained about my hardware on my X-pipe last video. It wasn't the best, but it's what I got. But Corsa, in all their glory, of course, sent all new hardware.
I also grabbed some exhaust donut gaskets from Amazon, and they fit perfectly.
Much more appropriate.
X-pipe with new gaskets and bolts installed, and then I can move on to the rear section of the exhaust, which includes these 2 axle overpipes and the rear mufflers themselves, all of which is super easy to install. Easy to install as long as you don't drop the hardware directly on your face.
Okay, everything is loosely hung now.
With most of the parts loosely hung, I could go around and reinstall a whole bunch of stuff and start getting ready to tighten down all the exhaust clamps. And before I fully tighten down all the exhaust clamps, I wanted to get the tips on because that actually aligns the mufflers together, and then I could plug in the exhaust valves and everything now can be fully tightened. All the piping was fully tightened down, but I had to make sure I had the tips where I wanted them because you don't want them to stick out too far or sit in too far, and they of course had to be nice, even, and straight.
That's everything. Exhaust fully tightened down.
This was a super simple exhaust that you guys could install at home as well, even if you don't have quick jacks, but now it's obviously time to fire this thing up. Well, almost.
I've just got to wrestle this giant thing on for hopefully the last time ever. Quite tired of taking this bumper on and off, without a doubt.
Bumper install number 4, at least. Not the worst job, it's just annoying having to do the same task over and over and over again, even though it's been my fault every time.
Where's my safety glasses?
Also, I get questions all the time on these quick jacks, and I always have them linked below in the description box. And yes, they are way safer than jack stands. And thanks to the snow, it's even more difficult to get my cars in and out of the garage because I have to pull them pretty much all the way to the end in the cul-de-sac just to have enough room to sneak around.
First start.
And I was more than impressed with this sound. It's deeper, throatier, louder, everything about it sounds amazing, just like a supercharged Corvette should.
Quick side quest I have to run to Safelight to get the windshield replaced in this because they won't come to my house to do it for some reason. I don't know why, and the crack's gotten way bigger.
Thankfully, there's no auto rain sensors or anything like that, so I'm hoping the bill isn't too bad.
Just like that, the windshield is all new. I've replaced now 3 out of the 4 windows on this car. Now before I take this thing for a test drive with the new exhaust and get some good sound clips for you guys, I need to replace these wheels and tires. One, because they're stock. I mean, come on. The wheel is like 2 inches inside the fender. There's a lot of room for improvement as far as stance, and that's just in the rear. The front is just as bad. Look at that. It's not even close. And 2, because I'm hoping the new tires will add a good bit more grip, which this car desperately needs. But that's going to be taken care of right now with the new set of wheels and tires for the C7.
This car is what kids would call battleshipping. The wheels are so sunken in. They're a decent looking wheel, but they're a little beat up. I don't like the stance, and the tires leave a lot to be desired. These have Michelin Pilot Super Sports with a 300 tread wear tire rating, and the tires that are getting delivered here have a 200 tire tread wear rating, so it's going to be a lot more grip.
All right, the wheels and the tires have just shown up.
I went with a pretty traditional wheel. I got a set of used Apex VS5RS forged wheels, 19 by 10.5 and 19 by 12.5. And I paid $2,000 shipped, which I think is a pretty decent deal.
And for tires, went for the best, actually the stickiest tires I've ever purchased. I got some Nitto NTO5s. I didn't go with the NTO1s because that's just a little too aggressive, I think, for my take on this vehicle, but 335 3019 in the rear, thick, wide boys, and some 275 35s in the front. It's time to get these all loaded up. Oh, I gotta put the tire pressure monitors in because I bought new ones. Gotta do that first. And I think get the old wheel weights off. Make it easier for the shop. Are they gonna stay black? I'm not sure. I think they'll probably stay black for now. I might do a custom color later after I get them mounted and, well, see what I think. Gonna need these for sure.
Okay, pause it here. Yes, I totally put these in wrong. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with the tire pressure monitor sensors. I never had ones that came apart like that. I was in a hurry, whatever. But either way, I got the wheel weights off as well, and off to the tire machine shop we go.
That'll work.
You know, even with the G80 M3 gone, which we'll get to in an upcoming video, you guys know the struggle I go through to move cars around. The snow is still in the way, and even without the snow, it's still just a massive struggle to move cars in and out of the garage and around my driveway. I really need to sell some more stuff.
This is for a different video.
Did mounting and balancing prices go up? Because damn, I was not expecting 50 bucks a tire, but at least they're straight and true. But I guess that's the price you pay when your car doesn't have good stance and doesn't have good grip.
And I think we're gonna fix all of those problems with this set of Apex forged wheels and Nitto NTO5s. And hopefully you guys don't hate them.
Now for once, I didn't go out of my comfort zone. I went with a track looking wheel, which I think fits this car perfectly. My only holdup is the black. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Please let me know in the comments.
An absolute massive mess over here I've got to clean up from just all the projects going on, so don't mind that. Gotta say, that is significantly heavier than this Apex and Nitto wheel tire combination. Now these didn't come with center caps. I'm gonna see, maybe the Corvette ones will fit, and if they do, that'd be pretty sweet. They gotta look pretty OEM plus. If not, I'm gonna have to source some from Apex or whomever can make some center caps for these wheels. Because obviously, I got these things used. I think that's gonna be pretty hot. Ooh, I'm totally cool with that. Nice.
Another bonus is the factory Z06 wheels like to crack. So this is one less problem I'm gonna have to worry about.
That's looking pretty sweet. Obviously, I got to clean them, and to be fair, I'm probably still going to get spacers for these. Need them to sit as flush as possible, even though they are a good bit wider than the factory ones with a better offset already. It's just not quite enough for me.
Initial impressions, I really like the wheel and tire setup, but I definitely need spacers, and the car simply still sits too high, and I don't know what to do about it.
Hope this looks good.
But to be fair, I do need to get it outside, clean the wheels and tires, drive it, and let it settle before making any final judgments.
And yes, these old wheels and tires, which are in decent shape, like I said, a little bit of the black's chipping off, but has good tires on it, tire pressure monitors, these are for sale. Anybody wants them, hit me up, Instagram, email. Nothing like a brisk winter day. Clean your car in shorts. Mainly, I'm just trying to get like all the fiberglass dust off of it and the lube on the wheels.
That was not a great time, but I needed to see what the car looked like all together and clean, and what do you guys think? I absolutely love it. I just need some spacers, and I need to get the car lower.
The difference with the valves is absolutely insane. Right now I have them closed. Can hardly hear it at all. Switch it to track. It's crazy. And that's just from inside the car. Imagine outside, but this is like so nice. Absolutely perfect. It sounds so good.
Runs great, sounds great, looks great. I have no complaints with this car. Took it on a 200-mile road trip, no issues whatsoever, except for the fact that my tire pressure monitors have not synced. So I don't know if I got the wrong ones or I need to sync them somehow with some kind of tool. And because of the rain the last 3 days, I couldn't get any driving clips.
You guys probably can't tell from my phone video, but this thing is stupid quiet inside in quiet mode. It's insane. I'm cruising on the highway right now at 70, and it is like dead silent. Absolutely love this Corsa exhaust in all modes.
I'll be certain to get some better footage in the next video and test out the NT05s. But for now, see you later.
Ah, God, that could have been bad. No, get back here, little bastard. Finally. Where the f is my 13? Holy shit. Come on, motherfucker. You bitch. I'm gonna kill someone. Now's the time you're gonna die. Ooh, golly. That's gonna stink.